Yeah, man. It's another vlog, another one from Colombia, but this is like a tri-city situation because I was in 3 cities during this trip, and I realized that I never vlogged about the experience that I had when I was there a few months ago. So because this is super long, ended up being over an hour, I broke it up into a couple of different videos. Might even be 3 by the time this is over, I don't know. I had planned to go to Bogotá back in December, but my brand new boyfriend at the time had summoned me back to Cartagena, and I ended up canceling that trip. So this time I'm actually going there first. It is the furthest away from the other things I'm doing, so that made more sense. And this is a really big city. It's got zillions of people. I want to say it's as big or even bigger than New York City. So I knew I didn't want to stay long. I just booked for 3 days. For some reason, the host that I had, I know doggone well that my room at the Unique Mine was available. I booked it on Airbnb. But for whatever reason, she just did not want to let me in an hour early. So I ended up going to the very top floor to Prime Restaurant. And I don't know what was going on with the service there, but it was not busy. There were only a couple of people there, and they looked like they had been there for a while. But it just took a long time for me to order and to get my food. Like, nobody even came up to me to order. It's just a theme that I saw throughout all of the cities in Colombia, is that I just had a hard time getting people's attention to be served when I entered and sat in restaurants. All right, this is my apartment in Bogotá. Let's see where the lights are. Get some lights going. Wow, kitchen right here, bathroom right here. Cute and cozy. My home away from home for a few days. Cute little studio in Bogotá, Colombia. Look at that view. That first night in Bogotá, I was able to go to dinner with my former Spanish tutor. I actually still have a Spanish tutor, but this one was my first, and she ended up getting a job at the university here and had to quit doing the tutoring with me, but I wanted to meet her, and we had a nice time. Definitely going to see a few pics from the camera roll from Juan Valdez, my favorite place to go, even though Starbucks and Dunkin' are really popular there. Yeah, Juan Valdez is my first choice for the coffee cafe situation. I don't think I bought anything at all these malls I went to. They were like the 3 that I listed here are actually not very far from each other. You can walk to each one within 5 minutes of each other. Then I took a stroll around to the Parque 93 area. Ate at Habana 93. Very nice. The Mesaro server told me that my Spanish was perfect. I think I did great ordering and explaining not just what I wanted to eat, but also asking about other things to do in the Parque 93 area. For dinner, I looked up something about fried chicken and found this Dixie chicken place that was like maybe a 10-minute walk away from the apartment. And it wasn't a straight shot. I had to cross a lot of very crazy intersections to get to this place, but the batter on the chicken was very, very thick. So it really wasn't my favorite. It wasn't what I was thinking of with fried chicken, but it was still good. Speaking of food, you'll see a lot more of that in these vlogs. And I had to do this gastronomy tour, 7 restaurants in the afternoon. And I think I caught everything. I think there's one thing that I forgot to label what the name of it was, even though I asked Yuli, our tour guide. But the first place we went was a chocolate restaurant, and we sampled some chocolate. But what I captured here was these other things, these, let me see if I can say this right. Carimagnola. Cheese inside. Most of the things that I'm showing that we sampled had cheese in them. They're all about the cheese. At Maria Tomasa, some people were vegan and they didn't want seafood, so they had arepas, which you see on the left, and then the rest of us had ceviche. If you look in the top right corner, where those plants are, the very top right, you see one that's like, I don't know, it's leaves or whatever that is hanging long. It looks like it's I just kept staring at it because it looked like it was some kind of octopus thing or something. It was weird. Next, we went to this very small flea market area and we visited Mercado Campesino to get these oblias or oblias, or I don't know which way you're supposed to stress the accent, but it has like this caramel arequipe inside of it. I didn't finish the whole thing, but it was crispy and light. And that was a theme with this gastronomy tour is we're going to start y'all off with the light stuff and then we'll get heavier and heavier. This here is a t-shirt that I bought in that same Mercado area. I just didn't take a picture of the vendor, but it was about $12. It's a project to encourage peace throughout the country of Colombia. And so I just love the shirt and I love the cause. Inside of this panaderia, they made the best tamales. I did not know what tamales were before. It looks kind of like it's mushy rice from what you can see there. And I'm sure Yuli explained what everything was, and I don't remember. But this one included chicken and vegetables. I ended up having one later in Barranquilla with cerdo, which is pork and chicken. And you'll see that either later on in this video or in the part 2, based on how long I make part 1 of this vlog. I still can't roll my R's in Spanish, but this aborrajado was definitely my second favorite. It's a big fat fried plantain with cheese in the middle of it. I mean, the only way it could get any better, in my opinion, is if you added some meat, some bacon or something, but it's so good. Our next stop was Carbón de Leña, and I'm sorry to say that I don't remember what this meat is. I know that that's the green thing, I don't remember. There's a potato, a plantain, and some kind of meat that was absolutely delicious, and I neglected to write it down. Last but not least, something that Bogotá is known for is ajiaco, and again, apologies if I said that wrong. There were capers on the side there. You see I didn't eat them all. Rice. Basically, it's about this soup that's like it's got like this corn, chicken, and potatoes. And I'm not doing it justice. I am not a tour guide. That's not my job. But everything was really good. That was our last stop. And after that, I walked around for a while, then stayed in the area, not just because I was looking around, but also because I was stuck, because Bogotá rush traffic, like when it gets to be about 4 o'clock, forget about it. You ain't going nowhere fast for the next several hours. it was very difficult getting an Uber, and I couldn't take the bus because I had cash and coins, but they only used cards to take the bus. So for the first time in my life, I couldn't take public transportation because I only had money. However, one nice thing that I was able to do was walk around and notice all the beautiful graffiti art everywhere. And what I'm showing here doesn't even do it any kind of justice. Like, you just have to come see for yourself. There's so much more. There's actually a tour that I could have taken, a graffiti tour that left 30 minutes after the gastronomy tour. So you see why I picked the food one over the graffiti one. But definitely, if they had not been scheduled so close together, or maybe on a different day, I could have done the other one. Okay, you guys, I didn't really do a ton of vlogging while I was here. I don't know. I am actually like happy that I'm only in Bogotá for 3 days because it's not really my vibe, but it's the capital. It's really big, lots to do. Wanted to, at least visit. So yesterday I was on that gastronomy tour, and I got this t-shirt, which is really cool. Soñar un país en paz. And it's a peace project. I don't remember a lot about what the tour guide said because she gave a ton of information. If you've ever been on a tour before, you know you get hammered with lots of history and information. It's all really good. I'm going to post her QR code and information here because if you ever come to Bogotá or someplace else in Colombia that is supporting these guides and tourism and the history of this beautiful country, want you to be able to do that directly with them. I used Airbnb experiences, but you can use TripAdvisor or a host of other sites. So I am about to go to the airport. It's going to take about 45 minutes from this location in Usaquén. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. This neighborhood, it's near Chico Norte barrio. And so I'm just going to go to the airport already. I'm getting notifications right now from Uber because I scheduled time to go there because I used to just book my ride like right before it was time for me to leave, and I would take a chance that I could get there. And when the airport is like, 30, 40, 50 minutes away from where you are, you probably don't want to do that. You probably want to go ahead and schedule in advance so you've got a ride, you're out there. So Avianca is very special because even though I paid for my tickets online, paid for my bags online and all that stuff on my app, or the computer, whatever, I still had to get in another line just to wait to have the bag checked. And it wasn't just like a drop off. Some of the monitors showed that you could just drop off your bag, but child, no, you had to stand in line and wait. The whole TSA process was very uneventful, very easy, very quick. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but when I arrived in Bogotá, I had no problems with immigration. It was so easy, so fast. I mean, I really was expecting it to take forever and be a problem, but no, it wasn't. Now in this airport, they just had the best food. It was great. I actually need to find the home that's just regularly in the city, and hopefully it's in other cities that are not Bogotá, because I don't really plan on going back to Bogotá. But this chicken sandwich was so freaking good.
De igual manera pueden pasar a bordo pasajeros asignados Grupo A, pasajeros Grupo 7, Diamante o Star Alliance Gold son bienvenidos a abordar en este momento. Avianca Star Alliance members and of departure over flight 9316, destiny to Medellin at the gate 79. The boarding process will be by groups. You will find your group of your boarding pass. Thank you to all.